Oh, you do? You want to do that? Oh, what we gave her, she really loves. Are you kidding?
So
That'll
that'll
be
be good.
nice.
So we'll have to bring them over.
Yeah, reception service is 11.
You just turn it around like it's a car. Here's the wine part. And then we turn it all the way around. And then we have Jim and
I
Joan
was
again.
driving over to my sister's wedding. My brother-in-law's sister was there.
Jim and Joan in red wine. There's Jim and Joan in red wine.
gets better the next 30 years.
Hi, Pauline. How are you? That's good. Great. Thank you. I wish them nothing but happiness and at least another 30 years. Yeah? Oh, that's good.
It was fun. They were getting used to the water.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little scared of your tour.
Right.
So anyways, we were always boating. Adrian and Kevin were in canoes. And as I were in the town, they all had life jackets on. But on one day, right, holiday weekend,
Right.
there were a lot of jet skis and motorboats. So we're in, you know, that little channel around the point?
Yep. Between the island and the...
There's no zooming through there, right?
Oh, yeah, because it's a channel, like you say. Yeah.
3 jet skis and 2 boats. And Adrian and Kevin got caught in the wakes of all of them. Just one after another. The skis just zooming and they're going. Or it's a capsize.
Really?
Because it was just, they just kept getting hit.
Wow.
So then Adrian was scared, and of course the girl that has balance. So they capsized and he was really scared. But he was okay.
They had a life jacket on, yeah.
And the funniest thing, there's this dinghy.
And you didn't drop it either.
I know. The platform on the crib's on top of the dinghy with baby in a life jacket. So you did good. And they came to the rescue.
Really? Oh, that's nice.
So here's these guys diving off this dinghy with the crib and baby on top and to rescue Adrian. They pulled him up in the time. Adrian felt better because he saw there was a baby there.
Right.
They dumped the canoe. They dumped the canoe with him. So I took Adrian and the carnival yesterday and was like, "Oh, this is scary. The waves are big. We're going to test. We'll crash through the waves." So we come out to the cottage. And he says to Kevin, "Daddy, you should have seen the big waves. Mommy just crashed right through them."
You've met Barb, right, Pauline?
I don't know if we've ever met. I lived around the corner from you in Guelph.
On Cambridge Street,
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to often walk by. I have a big German Shepherd cross dog. And I used to often walk by, especially in the morning when you and Kevin would leave for work, and I'd see you walking. Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah.
But, and okay then, Pauline, Barb.
Hi. Nice to finally meet you face to face. I know your backside with a coat on better than anything else.
Well, at least you know my backside. How are you?
Great. Great. Some of us later than others, but great.
Hey, I'm motored to be here.
Hey, I understand. We have been here. Kevin said, "The only reason I didn't see you so quickly," I said, "is because we're so late."
What? Banana.
Okay.
Hello, Pauline. Sorry? Oh, yeah. Certainly a wish for Jim and John.
You didn't have to see a camera. I don't know if she's done it. She took some.
You didn't see a camera up at the cottage?
It doesn't matter. So, a little bit careless with the dad. Oh, I don't see. He's probably put it someplace she doesn't even remember. That's the answer. They actually wild.
a toast towards the end of this. So I'll give fair warning. And as a first order of business and as a byproduct of the last 30 years, I'd like to take the opportunity of thanking you all for coming and sharing in this happy occasion tonight. 30 years ago on a hot summer's night just like this, I'm sure there was just as many warm family and friends that my parents had at their wedding, and we're celebrating in the happy union that had taken place.
And the lights up.
Not that we're saying anything, Bill Dunlop, but fortunately we made it here. Dad almost got lost in Niagara Falls last week, but they did manage to track him down. And Mom was pretty sure that he was trying to escape, but as it turns out, he was just wandering off, as he sometimes is akin to do. And I think Mom has finally calmed down and realized that everything has come together and everything's nice and organized, and the people that she loves are all around, so she's happy about that, I'm sure, as well. And at this moment, I'd just like to raise a glass to two people that I love very much, and to thank them for the last 30 years, or last 26, I guess. I don't think I'm on the original guest book as far as I know. But here's to my mom and dad, and may they have many, many happy more years to come.
What'd you say, Jim?
Everybody's doing their cheers.
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 And I think at this time my mom has a few words that she wants to say as well, so I will pass the floor over to her.
Years ago, I certainly didn't need drugs. And you'll have to bear with me because speech making is not my forte.
I hear ya.
This idea was formed about 5 years ago when Cameron said, I didn't plan anything for your 25th, as you are not part of people. I decided to show him at that point. Then just lately, Cameron said something should be done to celebrate 30 years of marriage. It started out as a plan to be held in our backyard, then a conservation area. I can't read, David, I can't read my own writing, you're right. And I said I would go bananas if it was a wet day. From there, we temporarily booked our celebration at St. Jacob's, but Cameron, you didn't like that idea either.
Less than warm than the idea, yes.
Then something changed our minds and we explored some other possibilities. Finally, we settled on Victoria East, and for that we are all truly thankful. Some more things have to be mentioned. I don't want to be boring, but I must thank certain people.
Never, Joe. That's a gift.
One being the gentleman who, well, two gentlemen who introduced Jim and myself. And only one is here tonight. About 31 years ago we were introduced. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here. So thanks to you, Bill.
He doesn't know how close it is.
Thanks also to the best man, Melvin, Jim's brother, who is on my right for being here, and to Mrs. Margaret Ray, matron of honor, who has us in all the planning of this festive, joyous occasion. And tinted carnations to match the napkins. She's a Wonder Woman. Thanks also to David and Linda on my left for coordinating their visit to Canada to be part of our celebration. At our wedding, 30 years.
Go anywhere. Hi.
There were no relatives of my family present. So it's especially wonderful having them here. Dave and Linda, you have been true ambassadors of your country, which is Scotland and Ireland. We are very sorry, and I mean this very sincerely, to see you depart tomorrow. Haste you back. Thanks also to Barb on my far right for coming and leaving her animals alone for one night. Angus and Lucy. Yeah. Angus the dog and Lucy the cat. I can't bring this speech, or what has turned out to be a sermon, to an end without mentioning my dear husband. My dear husband Jim, for all the support he has given me for 30 years. He's not quite perfect. But he's been pretty wonderful to put up with me and all my little peccadillos. Thanks to you for all the joy you have given us. All the 26 years.
Not 30, right?
Thanks to all of you, all good friends that you are, for being here. I'm very thrilled that you all came. You have been wonderful to us in the past 30 years. And we wanted you all to join in this wonderful celebration with us. I must especially thank Alec and Jeanette Brown for their presence here tonight, for arriving back at midnight last night, in time for our due. I think that we deserve a clap. Colin, their son, has been able to be with us, but unfortunately Carol has not been able to be with us, but she is jogging across Canada, about to enter Ontario. She jogs about 20 miles a day, I think. Is that right? 20 miles a day? She is doing it for the homeless of the world. Cheers, Carol, wherever you are. Almost forgot. There's a special announcement to make. Margaret here. It's her birthday today.
fancy outfit.
I think we all want to hear my dad talk, don't we?
You weren't nervous 30 years ago.
No, I got trapped into that one. I still say I got trapped into it. Now, you would blame Marty.
That's awful.
Are you sorry?
I take the seventh on that one, whatever it is. Anyway, gone this far, I guess I can last a little longer. I don't mind playing your violin. You're no use to me, you don't help. That doesn't do any good either. No, we've lasted this long, but I sometimes wonder how. But, just one of those things you have to.
Get through it, I think.
I didn't say that. I was trying to be nice. Just to have to realize that there will be arguments. There will be battles. But you should always have a hiding hole to get on the road. But no, I've enjoyed myself so far. Well, you have a problem sitting there. He always sides with his mother when it comes to me.
We don't need any help.
She could be dead wrong, but he'd help her. What? I'm getting nervous here for some reason. At any rate, I'll shut up. I wish to thank you all for coming. Nice to see you all again. And I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. If you have. Thank you all very much. And I'll sit down again. How'd I get involved?
And I think that that's it for what we have to say out of the immediate family. And I think that from now on, the tinking will stop. And if you want to get the happy couple to kiss again, that you have to tell a funny story from the last 30 years about the two of them. So that's how we'll go from now on. So the floor is open for anyone who wants it. And other than that, let's just sit and enjoy each other's company. Thanks a lot.
Who's first so I can run?
Oh, here's a Mark. Yes,
I got a lot of wine to drink. Joan said I'd have to sing for my supper. Well, if I sang, everybody would leave. So I just got a few little lines I'd like to say about Joan and Jim. It's very special to me. They've been very good to me throughout the years. So to Joan and Jim. Jim and Joan are a very fine pair. For each other they show undisputed care. They've been married now some 30 years, a time of fun and very few tears. Their joy was increased when a wonderful son came into their life and their hearts he won. He's their pride and joy, that is for sure. No boredom now, Cameron's the cure. They've flown to Scotland many a time and enjoyed themselves despite the climb. Doreen and Kin gave them a welcome so rare that they're saving once more to get the fare. Cats are a must in their lives, they confess. There's Rusty and Gilbert and Tufts, no less. Spoiled catties they are, but that's nothing new. They always pick out the most comfortable pew. Up your kilt is a favourite expression of Jim. Joan tries not to laugh and pretends to look prim. We know it's in jest, and he really does care. For the country Joan's from, they're really a pair. Although he addresses Joan seldom by name, affectionately he calls her his ball and chain. There's a grin in his face and a wink in his eye as she gives him a glower and heaves a sigh. All of us here, both friends new and old, wish you more years of the same happy mold. Good health and much happiness are our wishes for you. Have fun every day, and Jim, be nice to Joan too.
Well, give her a kiss.
You do that! You remember, of course, lights going up here.
Is that what you did it for the room upstairs?
That's further out.
Which is really good footage.
Well, the character, for some reason, knew where the switch was in the church. It's sitting over there.
When the lights went out at your ceremony.
Yes. Still trying to figure out how he knew.
Now we know.
I have a pretty good idea. He was the one that instigated it.
Dumb luck.
Dumb luck.
Dumb luck. I don't trust you, you know that? I know you a long time ago. There was a trick to pull you were right there. You're not admitting anything right now. Oh,
Did dumb luck. Go with my name.
so, you know, what am I supposed to say about him? Did you do it?
No.
Do you think he confessed 30 years?
He didn't do it. I'd like to know who the character was that did. I still don't know, though. I'm not sure. You knew where the switch went too quick.
Well, you had your chance to beat it. You were in the dark.
Well, I couldn't. You had a grip on me. I couldn't get away. I told you that.
Right. That's how you got ball and chain.
Yeah, I know.
When Cameron was born, and I was funny story. When Cameron was born, and Joan was still in hospital, I went over to Guelph and went with Jim to see his newborn son in hospital. And at that time, all the babies were put in all the bassinets and what they call the creche. So when you went into the maternity ward, there was like 20-odd babies. You looked through the glass and saw 20-odd babies. And so Jim and I are walking along, and he said, he's in there. So I looked along, and I picked out Cameron right away. I looked and I thought, that looks like a child of Jim and Joan's. And I said, Jim, that's your son there. Oh, no, that's not him. And on he went to look at the other babies. Of course, later on when they brought Cameron in, I thought, I was right. You know.
Can you tell it here?
Well, the first day,
Tonight or tomorrow?
you give me a choice of either going to a shopping mall for groceries, or to a mall, or to a movie.
Hot date.
And the movie that he took me to eventually, I said, oh, a movie, you know. So I'd never gone with anybody before. Maybe a shopping mall. I thought, this is not very romantic. So I said, well, please take me to a movie. So the movie he took me to was Sex and the Single Girl.
No, I better not say that. No, I want you to tell a story about the... Stand up, Jim, get here. Stand up. Oh, dear. I want me to tell the story of, what is it you want me to tell?
How she's always telling you what to do?
Well, she wants me to tell you a story about the night we got engaged. Read, how do you do? I
Speak
fought
up.
all the way over to where we were going. I still don't know why I stuck my neck out. I think, though, of course, because I had a foot back.
It was about a time.
Oh, yeah, all the time. All the time?
I wanted you to wear it.
She wanted me to wear a tie, and I don't like ties. Never have liked
Yeah, fine
ties.
tonight, Jim.
Well, I didn't have much choice. After 30 years, I had two of them. Not much help. What?
That's it.
What are you thumping me in the legs for? You want me to sit down so I don't get you embarrassed? She says that's the end of the story. Is it the end of the story? Anyway, I got stuck, so I went through it.
Sit down.
Now, what's your comment, Love? I'm expecting one.
And it's for a couple of occasions. And I'm really too young to remember either of them, but I don't know if I'd be here today if it was not for her speedy ability in locating where it was that I wandered to. At the age of around 2.5 or 3, I had a nice shiny plastic yellow, red, blue, and white tractor, and I rode it everywhere around the neighborhood. And new mall had opened up the street. Mom had taken me to the mall, and I thought the mall was just great because they had a horse that you rode in the front of it, and only cost $0.25. It was just fantastic. So one day, decided that, you know, I've got wheels, got traveling feet, away I went. Hopped on my tractor, rode it up to the mall, parked it very diligently between the yellow lines, search of 72. When my mother, as she relates the story to me often, always says, "It's a good job for you, I found you before your father." Now picture, if you will, a family of 3 on an excursion to Scotland. Mother again takes young Cameron on a trip to see the horses down the road from where her father lives. So, Cameron again being the adventurous type figures he knows where the horses are now, he can go see them on his own. This, of course, set off the Huntley search for Cameron of 74. Again, as I'm regaled by this story by my mother, I am once again heralded with the words, "It's a good job for you, I found you before your father." So for that, I thank my mother, and although I know that my father would have been more relieved than anything else to find me, I just wanted to share that little story with everybody, and just part of the growing up experience of the last 26 years.
Pastor's a dour old Scot from his heritage or something. Anyway, you know, the grumpy old guy. But he is really a nice guy underneath, I think. Oh gosh, I knew his father. We worked together before Jim worked with us. I used to ride my bike home at noon hour with his father. And then I guess when I met my wife here, Jim was quite closely associated with her brother, and I knew Jean too. And when we got married, Jim did something that I thought has been very nice for our family. Every Christmas, he started coming around. Yeah, I think he had a whole bunch of people that he used to go and see Christmas Eve. And we'd always look forward to that Christmas Eve visit from Jim. And then when he met Joan, Joan came along too. And later on, when Cameron came along, he came along too. It was something we looked forward to every Christmas Eve, and that we've done this for years. More years than you've been married. And I didn't have anything funny to say about Jim, but I just had this, and I thought that it's something that I've really appreciated over these years, having Jim and Joan and Cameron coming around to our house on Christmas.
I'd like to thank Canada for having us, really, over the last fortnight. 2 weeks, that is. 2 weeks. Linda and I we've done Canada now. No, ever since we got off the plane, our feet haven't touched the ground, or haven't touched base, as you say. There was Cameron who was there to meet us, whisked us round Toronto, T.O. And ever since then, we've been round so many people's houses here. Everybody's been very friendly and very hospitable to us. We're amazed at the size of Canada. I suppose that's the thing that's so difficult for us to take in, is how big Canada is, especially when we saw the lakes. We thought that was a sea. But Jim and Joan, it's an honour for Linda and I to be here on your 30th anniversary. And thank you very much for your special hospitality you've given us. So I'd like to raise my glass, and maybe everybody else would like to raise their glasses too. Once again, cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
He knows this now in German. So Jim, why don't you repeat that? Right.
Yeah, maybe some of that. So, it's a lot of stuff to know about. I find there's so much about it that sounds so basic, but it's so much to it. I'm wavering right now. I might move back to Guelph because my territory is west of Manitoba, Saskatchewan.
I chose a name that no one else had at the time, and now it's all over the place. No, it's all over the place now. And you know Corey Powell in the States? Corey